Hello, 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 and welcome to the Stanley Parable. This is a game that's been out for a while. I only heard about it I don't know, maybe like a week ago, maybe a bit less actually even. Basically, a bunch of YouTubers started putting up videos because they released the Ultra Deluxe version, and I watched about 10, 15 minutes of a couple of streams, and I thought this looks right up my alley. So we're going to be playing it. I have not played the Stanley Parable before. This is basically a narrative driven game. Mostly what I'm going to be doing is just sort of like walking around and you'll be sort of like experiencing a story basically. It has a bunch of different endings and it's designed to be completed multiple times. And I'm not 100% sure like whether all the endings sort of influence each other or tie into one another. I'm going to make it a little bit brighter than I would usually make it, just because generally YouTube is a little bit. Oh God, where's the time? What is the time? It's probably unimportant, but okay. Oh no. Oh, okay. Oh, it's like not a 24. In that case, we want to go and then we want to go. Oh God, it does it like that. Okay. This probably isn't even important. Uh, nearly, nearly. I'm going to go 1 minute ahead because by the time I've clicked it. Okay, you know what? I was faster than I thought. It's a minute too fast. Um, Accessibility settings, cool. This is good. We have English subtitles on, and that's about it at the moment. So hopefully you will get the idea of what the game is fairly quickly. You kind of have a narrator. He tells you what to do. You can either do what he says or not do what he says, or like try and like twist what he says or whatever. For our first playthrough, we are going to do exactly what the narrator says, just so we can see the bare bones of the game. And I don't believe it's very long if you follow what the narrator says. I think it literally takes
This
you
is the
through.
story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
I already relate to this guy.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I do not understand
And
Stanley.
then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one
No.
had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I have no legs. Uh-oh. This isn't good. Now, I wonder if... So this is the kind of game that has a bunch of really weird achievements and endings. I'm wondering if there's an achievement for just sitting here and not moving. Or, like, an ending for it. I don't know how long I would have to do that for, though, so maybe we should just do what the narrator says, right? Yeah, let's just do it. Okay, so camera feels a little bit slow. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Let's just do we'll up it by 2, I guess. We can. I'm assuming I've done that now. That's a little bit better. It's still a bit slow, but maybe it's kind of designed to be. So yeah, so far, don't. Stanley is very slidey. Whoa, it's like we're on ice. That's fine though. So I don't really relate to Stanley. I mean, I relate to him in the sense that his job is boring and monotonous. And can you crouch? Do we have a crouch? Oh, okay. L1 is to crouch. I also hate Mondays. I actually don't hate Mondays. Today is Monday and I'm not at work, so that is wonderful. But yeah, so I'm guessing he's sort of like seeped into like this sort of comfortable rhythm of life, and I can totally relate to that. I don't want to be in that comfortable rhythm of life, whereas he seems quite content with it.
All of his
Okay,
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I mean, how do we? Okay,
Oh,
so
please.
X.
Are you really just doing this for the trophy?
There's
Click
a
a door
trophy.
5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks? Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, give me a thing. Give me a thing. I don't think it's going to give me a thing. You can probably hear me furiously clicking the button right now. Ah! Okay. Um, I don't think we're supposed to go into 429. Alright. So it's very self-aware, this game, which I love. Um, what was this person doing? Eh, Can't, can't see. Okay. Oh wait, can you zoom in? It's that thing. It doesn't look like you can zoom in. That's a shame. Oh, what we got? Be my Valentine. Okay, 422. I will be your Valentine. 420. Well, okay. So I wonder if we can like get into all these corridors and stuff. Because okay. So I said I was just going to do exactly what the narrator said, but behind the door, no. I'm sort of like only half doing it, or I'm doing it very slowly, more to the point. As I say, sales in this quarter, they're going down from the looks of it. That's not good.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so yeah, we have a multiple choice here. We could go right, which is obviously going to break the narrator's story a little bit, but we are going to be a good boy for our first playthrough. Magic door that closes behind us. Hello? I'm really sorry if I disorient anyone with my spinning, although it is quite slow, so I guess it should be fine. We're like in heaven from the looks of it, like just some kind of void of white light. Maybe like everyone's been raptured, that's why it's empty.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Targets. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Standardized graphs 40 times wide. It's not efficient. Ongoing. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Synergize papers. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of... the future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. Uh, Employee 417, 405, 491, 416, 431, and also Jim. Oh man, God, are we reading all of this? Quarterly post review. We need. I don't know what that says. Something less reviews. 402 plus 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule, but I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to the teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net? Question mark. Some sort of child trap. Oh man. A lot of percentage of teenagers, size of demographic, space between teenagers. Throw something in the ideas bin. No more bins, trash cans, renaming of idea bin, firing of me. You know, we're not going to read all of them. Number of slides on this slide. Okay, we could spend forever in this one room. Broom closet. There is a thing we can do in the broom closet. Should we do it?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
But
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I've actually seen what happens if you linger. But we're going to do it.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
It does feel like there should be something in here, though, in complete fairness, and the devs know that.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Come on. Come on.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. It didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
But broom closet. And like there's no...
This is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
There's like only one broom in the broom closet, which is a little bit...
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
That's
well,
me,
I've
narrator.
come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed in front of your screen. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay, joke's on him. I'm playing with headphones on, so even if I was dead, no one would be able to hear him talking to come and save me. Save me. If I was dead, they wouldn't be able to save me. Replace me. Okay, are we? I don't think he says anything else, so...
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, You can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
All right, okay, we're gonna do it now, so let's do it. I shouldn't have actually done that on my first one. I said we were just gonna
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
upstairs.
boss's office.
No more tomfoolery. We are literally going to do exactly what the narrator says. So, is it bathroom? Should we have a look? Ooh. So I think the messages here change every time you sort of like complete the game, kind of thing. I've got the feeling Mondays for stealing, well, money's for stealing, sorry, but not yours, of course. So what? So that's a lovely purse. Extreme bathrooms, and also Time magazine. We got here. It's a factory type looking place. The mirrors don't work. Okay, cool. Assuming we can't. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
So I couldn't have possibly have known it. Therefore, to obey the narrator, I need to not put the number on the keypad.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Well, there's no way I can possibly know what the combination is.
2845.
Are we doing it? I feel like maybe the story won't move forwards unless we actually do it. I don't know. Do you think there'll be something? I think there could be something.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself.
Whoa.
And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Oh, it's right there. Okay. Yeah, I think for this first run through, we're playing as an absolute dimwit. We're following the narrator, but we're doing it so specifically that, like, we're almost doing it wrong. Okay. So it's like a secret passage in the manager's office. Could this tell us where all of our friends have gone? Or fellow employees? I guess we go down. This is like an old style elevator, so this is like an old facility.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay, so it looks like we can go back up. I bet you that would mess with his story. Ooh. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
There's also escape. Okay. We're following instructions. One would imagine.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay, the only way is forwards, I think. Or like back the way we came, I guess. Can we sprint? No. Okay, so we've got a camera button. Okay, I think that might be it. Can you read this? Employee observation protocol. So they're using it to like keep tabs on employees, I guess.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the
Yeah.
building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay. Okay, so they're keeping an eye on us. We're in a mind control facility. Everyone's gone missing. We really liked our monotonous job, which makes me think maybe we were mind controlled into liking it, I guess.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
Okay,
that
he's
his
literally
emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
literally saying it. And we're above like an infinite pit, which is the kind of thing you'd usually find in an evil villain's lair, so...
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
I guess we're
For
going...
he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, so we're bringing the mind control facility down. That's like the goal, I guess. We've got like buttons around the room. It's like multiple ones as well. Okay. Maybe that will come back into it at some point. God, it's so dark. Awaiting inputs. Okay.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I assume we're going off, right? I hope that was correct.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Okay. So I think this was like the default ending. I'm pretty sure.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay, so we discovered we were under mind control. We freed ourselves from mind control, but we still don't know where our colleagues went, and we still don't know why it's happening. And we're back to the beginning. Okay. Okay, can't interact with that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Okay.
missed a memo.
So, we have a new cycle now. So, we can start sort of like doing different stuff now. And kind of, well, we could have done different stuff anyways, but like,
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his
is there
co-workers.
anything different? No, that's the same. That's the same. So nothing has changed, I don't think, really. I like work. I just hate my boss. Fair. Okay. Nothing new has opened. Surname access. Oh, well, I've turned that off. I'll turn that off as well, yeah. Wasting power, man. Oh, wait. Awaiting input. Wait, were there more that I could do that to? I must see. Maybe this is what we're going for this time around. Not that. No. No. Was there? Okay, that's shut. So we might have missed one because the original office might have had one in it, but it's okay. It's okay. Still hate Mondays. That's good. Assuming stuff still isn't.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So should we immediately go right now? Let's do it. Let's see what's right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That's true. That was my exact intention. Oh, what's in it? Okay, no one knows. Okay.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I can't drink anything. You won't allow it. Okay. So can we stay here for like a...
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Paintings?
Really worth it.
Whoa. It's the sea. And a leaf,
At
which...
this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Yes, it was because of me. I'm the worst. I'm going to see if there's one more after this next line of
Stanley
dialogue.
sat around waiting for more dialogue.
Oh.
But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Okay, maybe one more, if there's another one. Or maybe that was just them saying there'll be no more. Come on, one more. At least we're thoroughly exploring each of the rooms. Not there's much to explore. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Are we going to go straight forward? Or are we going to...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
This is great. This is actually great. Do not lie. If you are lying, stop right now. Okay. Need like a key card or something. Do not jump from the cargo lift whilst it's in motion. It will cause death. Penalty for misuse of the lift is $1,000. Penalty for jumping off is $5,000, even if you're dead. Cool. I guess we're just.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
The end is never the end is never the end. It just goes on for. Okay, we're back. We're back to the room now. Okay, okay. All right.
All of his co-workers
Come
were
on.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Whoop. Okay. Yeah.
Stanley came to a set of
Two doors.
two open doors.
Door on
This
his
was
right.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Whoop.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes, this
Amazing.
room.
Jesus.
What a beautiful, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Open door on my left. Oh no, I missed it. Right.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her? Who is her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Okay. Where we go? Why we do? This is a black abyss. Ugh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What if I don't want her? I'm kind of curious as to who she is, though.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but
I
with
unplugged
hope.
it, dude.
Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No,
Maybe.
that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
I can't believe that worked, actually.
Chosen correctly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If
It's
you
not been
made
that
any
long.
more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Wait,
Please
what?
observe this helpful instructional video.
What?
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
I've already forgotten.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8?
8?
Less?
Whew.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
What?
Ah, welcome back. You may have
Forklifts.
noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
I don't like it. Okay. Alright. So what are we doing this time? What are we going like?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the
Oh.
platform and dying.
They put
Imagine the main
guardrail up.
character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make
No.
no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Oh man. I can't even kill myself anymore. Okay. Right. So where are we going? We're back through the break room.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Is there like a place I can, Oh man, I
Now
don't want
remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Yep.
he entered the door on his left.
Okay. So, if I'm facing this way, the door on my left, directly to my left. Okay, okay.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Everything's getting a little bit janky out here. Ooh. But I went left. Okay, okay. So we go through this one? Okay, it's not, I don't think it's doing anything else. Unless. Come on. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, I think I have to do it. Looks like everything is kind of normal.
It's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about, my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
No.
I have to.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. That was verging on a jump scare with that noise in my ear then. Oh, Jesus. Yep. Okay. Oh. Well, we're here now.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh
I'm still
no.
here in this pile of rubbish. With you, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed.
Uh-oh.
It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
Oh.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That
Oh.
means choosing responsibly and
Oh.
always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now, when he says, like, left, do I just sort of, like, keep going left until I find the door I want? Like this left door here?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
I mean, I already know where I'm going.
When
This
Stanley
seems...
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Come on. Come on. Ah!
No! Why did you do that?
Okay, we
Quickly,
might be in a loop.
hurry back.
I think we might be in a loop.
Behave exactly as Stanley
I'm going to do
would.
it one more
That
time.
means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So I'm following the rule of 3 here. So we're going to do it one more time, and if it doesn't do anything, then we'll go to the one on the left.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly,
Yeah, okay.
hurry back.
Fair enough. I think
Exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, door on my left. I wonder if it's still going to be, like, messed up. No, we're looking good. Okay. What are the
There was
tips
not a
for
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passively aggressively on other co-workers. Resent co-workers for not supporting you more. Now... What is the meaning of this? I wanna... But... Fine.
Coming to a staircase,
But what the-
Stanley walked upstairs to
No.
his boss's office.
But I was gonna... There was a down option before. Hey. God. This game. Wait. Is this how it was before? Wait. Has he locked off all other options for us? Wait. No, this is different. This is different. I was thinking this was different.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this,
I am
until
the
he
most
saw the door
expensive
with a
boss.
voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability,
How can
he
we
knew
break
the
it?
passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out.
So are we...
Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Business strategy. That is a panda with a gun to its head. Oh my god.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
In all
He
reality...
spoke it into the receiver.
Oh, I guess we
right
just
there on the
interact
wall.
with that. Well, that's what we're supposed to do. Let's instead... telephone. Damn.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I don't understand the instruction.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted
I did.
over there. Why
I
did
did.
you come this way? Speak.
You made
Say
me.
something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of two open
Oh,
doors,
man.
he entered the door on his left.
Oh no. Oh, we can see ourselves though. Hang on.
Stanley?
Huh.
Hello? Are you...
That's what we look like.
okay? Stanley,
We're like out of our
I
body.
need you to make a choice.
The end.
Walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
What have we
Is
done?
everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose.
So this unraveled very quickly. I was planning to sort of like
You never know.
slowly ramp up the craziness.
The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are
But
you
what's
there?
happened is
Are you
we've
listening?
broken the game on our
Stanley?
second run through.
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need
Aw.
time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Oh man. Hey, what do we... Can we... Oh! Okay. Is anything different? Wait, how long have we been going for as well? Okay, I don't think we've got time to do another complete run through. I'm gonna keep playing this, and I'll probably upload it as well, to be honest with you, because this is fun. This is actually a very fun game. So, the first ending that we got, where, like, we just shut down the mind control facility, I'd seen that ending before. I knew what was coming with that one. I hadn't seen the one that we just did before. That was completely new to me. And I think the only other one I have seen is a bit of the DLC. I didn't see it all the way to the end, but I saw like sort of like the beginning of the DLC. But we're going to avoid doing the DLC for as long as we can, just trying to get as much out of the base game first, because it seems as though the DLC is made with you having completed the original game a number of times in mind. So... yeah, so we're going to run through again, and we're going to see what else we can get to happen. I know a lot of people are playing this on YouTube at the moment, but like I couldn't resist. I really wanted to give it a go myself. And then once I've given it a go, I can then start watching everyone else's YouTube videos on it and seeing what their reactions are, or seeing if they've found stuff that I've missed, maybe. Although we're going to try and get everything. Um, so yeah, this is the first episode of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. Um, yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Farewell.